Hey, welcome back to the Life Coach Launchpad. My name's BJ, and I'm here every week talking to you about all the online business things that, as it turns out, need to happen in order to have a successful life coaching business. I'm a business coach. I love to help life coaches make more money, get more clients, have more fun, and to do what they love to do, what they're meant to do, and that's coaching. So, let's dive right in. Today, we're talking about how to pick the best format for your group coaching program. The first place that we're starting is this question, is what format is best for your clients? It sounds obvious, but we so often mix in what's best for us, for what's the easiest, what is the most popular way of doing a program. But at the end of the day, if we're not delivering this transformation, all of this is pointless. So we are trying to figure out what is the best way to get this transformation that we've promised for our clients. And before we go any further, you should already know, because we are about to put into practice, we're about to use this information. You need to know, or at least have decided upon, the pain points of your clients and their desires. So the pain points are the challenges, the obstacles that they're finding in their life today. That is the reason why they're listening to you in the first place. And then their desires is their hopes and dreams of what do they want life to be like? If they didn't have these challenges in their way, what would life be like? And your job and the whole purpose of this group coaching program is to bring people from where they are with their pain points that they have today through getting them to their hopes and dreams, their desired state. And we're going to try to match the best format of a program to help them accomplish that. So I'm going to go through what is a very incomplete list. I mean, this definitely is all of the most popular ways of putting together a group coaching program, but there is no end of this list. You can always find a way to make this your own or make this more beneficial to your clients. So the first option, which is the easiest, which is just group coaching sessions. If you today are selling individual coaching, basically with a very similar sales page, a very similar buy button, people are buying into showing up with other people in a group coaching session. If you're using Zoom today, you can continue to use Zoom. You can use Facebook groups. You can use Google Meet. There's lots of different video conferencing software where multiple people can get together, listen to one person, or you're able to coach people during that time. Just the group coaching sessions are the most accessible way to get started with a group coaching program. The next is group coaching sessions plus some digital content. You could have each week, there's a group coaching session, and each week there is a video to watch, to follow along with, to get acquainted with the material before you go into the group coaching session. Or it is designed to be watched after the group coaching session so that it cements what you just learned. The digital content, it could be anything. It could be a PDF. It could be exercises. And there's lots of really easy ways to deliver this, by the way, which I'll get into. Next is group coaching sessions plus one-on-one sessions. There's lots of ways that you can use this. Group coaching session, and you could just have one-on-one session for the whole program that they purchased. And they get to use it whenever they want. They could use it whenever they feel like they're getting lost or as a way to get back on track. They could use it as a way to accelerate or to address an individual issue that they're having. Or you could just use the one-on-one session as a way to add value. You could use it as a bonus when selling the group program. You'll see that there's lots of ways to mix and match. These are all, there's very basic building blocks of a program, and you get to choose how they go together. Next is a group coaching program that's in person. I'm usually talking about services that are provided virtually, but there is no wrong or right way to deliver your transformation that you offer. So if there is an in-person segment, you could also offer a virtual component of that. So if you were to meet with your clients for a certain amount of time, say a weekend, you could also follow up with more virtual coaching sessions afterwards, or they could be done ahead of the in-person meetings where they are done to prepare you for that. Next is a very similar building block, but it's open-ended group coaching. It just in terms of, well, how long does it last? Well, it keeps going as long as they stay buying in. And this is like a membership. So typically they'll be lower priced where the client buys in monthly or however long you choose. And there's always new content for them to be consuming and learning. All the while, you could have group coaching sessions, or you could be posting new video content. It's all up to you. As an add-on to any of these, you could have a Facebook group or some substitute of that, where the point is that you're nurturing a community where you are not the only person providing information, providing value. Your clients are able to ask questions, post updates, and there are other members in there that are providing feedback. Like I said, this is an incomplete list. The way that you design your group program, this is just a number of options. The way that makes most sense for you will probably be sticking out. And as you're deciding how to offer it, you're going to want to decide, is this something that all of the people do, all of your clients do together, or is it self-paced? And this has to do with, like, think if you're launching it multiple times where you have different cohorts or classes essentially, where you launch it in May and that group goes, do they go through it all together? Or do they have access to all of the information and they go through it at their own pace? Versus if you also had a launch that happened in October, do those groups ever get combined? Do they have access to the same information, or are they totally separate? And if you do go through all together, is all of the content available right off the bat, or is the information dripped? Dripped means that the information is given to you as the leader wants you to see it. You could have all of the modules, all of the information there ahead of time, and you're just calling attention to what you want them to be looking at. For example, say all of the information is there, but you are letting people know we are in week 1. We are looking at the content in week 1. You don't need to say ignore all the other information, but you're just highlighting what they should be looking at. Versus if the content was dripped, they would only have access to that week 1. And then when it is week 2 would become available and they would only have access to weeks 1 and 2. As you're designing your course, you're going to think about are the videos delivered live or are they pre-recorded? These are a lot of options, which can sound overwhelming, but let me explain. So the technology requirements for creating this group coaching program are not as complex as it sounds. The foundation of doing group coaching is just video conferencing software like Zoom or Facebook or Google Meet. That is how you're delivering the group coaching. To get people there in the first place, it's a sales page with a buy button. You'll probably have promotional emails that go out, maybe social posts, but you should be doing that anyway. The sales page for the group program is really no different than any other sales page for another offer that you already have. But here is where we can get tripped up. If you're offering group coaching sessions only, that is simple. That is Zoom. You are sending out a Zoom link and telling multiple people to be on there instead of just one. I hope thinking about it like that simplifies the process a little bit. If you have been envisioning having this it's basically a digital course, having digital content that goes along with this group coaching program, it's a lot like a digital course. And if that sounds overwhelming, let me break it down for you, because the easiest way to deliver digital content is just through email. If you know how to send emails, you know how to deliver a group coaching program. You could send an email before the group program starts saying, I will see you on this date and time. Click on this Zoom link at this date and time, and I will see you there. All of you. You're sending one email to multiple people, and multiple people can log into that Zoom link. And then you are group coaching. After that group coaching session, you can send an email that says, that was a great meeting today. Here's what we talked about. Here is the recording. Here is any follow-ups, any action items that we talked about. I will see you next week. Where the recording is you uploading the video file up to YouTube or Vimeo, or there's lots of options here. The action items are whatever you said you would do. You could include PDFs as a link in the email. You could include videos. podcast episodes, whatever it is, as links in the email. And boom, that's how you are administering your group coaching program. I hope I said that in a way that makes this group coaching program can be really simple. It can be using all tools that you are already using. Now you can make it more fancy by using a digital course hosting platform. Options like this are Teachable, Kajabi, Thinkific, Podia, Udemy. There are lots of different options. Lots of people have entered this space. It is a commodity. They have made this really easy where you are just uploading any content you have, videos, PDFs, audio, whatever it is. And it is organized by however you organize it. So like week 1, listen to this, watch this, do this. Week 2, the same. There is almost no designing. There's no coding in any of these, required anyway. Now you do have to pay for them. Like the cheapest ones start at like $40 a month and they go up to $150 per month plus, but they do all of the heavy lifting in terms of the technology. So you are uploading the content and it looks very professional from the side of the clients. You can also do all this from your own website. There are plugins for WordPress that handle all of the password management, having a login in case people lose their password, having to reset it. They don't have to email you. All easy to use. And there is even like a baby using your website option where you can just post the content onto a web page on your website. You could have your whole course hosted on your website. Now, the constraint there is going to be if you have personally identifiable information there, like recordings of coaching sessions. You wouldn't want to show anything personal that is not password protected. But if it is just you teaching and you're not going to be upset if someone else finds it, it's a great way to start. Now, as you build out the program, you will want to password protect it, but just having the information out there is a great way to get started until you have the capacity to make it more robust. So I've basically just gone through a lot of different options, but like, what exactly does this look like? Let me give you a few examples. These are the examples of one particular client that I was helping, and I was actually doing this work for her. And we started with a very simple example of group coaching program. And the more that we launched it, the more we were able to add value and add ways of supporting her clients. What we started with was a weekly group coaching session that was done on Zoom. So she was coaching about 12 women and they meet on Zoom. Beyond that, there was an email that went out after the coaching session that said, here's the recording that we had today, and here's the homework that I mentioned. That was it. I would also have an automated email that went out before the next group coaching session as a reminder, and it included the Zoom link. So it was a reminder that was sent in the morning, said, I will see you in a couple hours at this date and time. Here's the Zoom link. That way people didn't have to copy and paste it or bookmark it. So the technology needed here is Zoom and email. And I guess you have a video player to play the recording. Video players like YouTube or Vimeo. So the next time that we launched this group coaching program, we added a digital course platform to it. So it still was the weekly group coaching on Zoom. We added a video of her doing all the teaching that people watched ahead of time so that when they showed up for the group coaching session, she could be laser focused on just coaching. People already had the base information that they needed to be able to process what they were learning. And also in the digital course platform, they had exercises. So after each group coaching session, there was action items that they needed to go do. There was exercises in the format of a PDF, or it was go listen to a podcast. It was in the digital course platform. It was follow this link to this podcast episode to listen to it. And as time went on, we were able to add more ways of supporting her clients. So all along, we were trying to figure out what is the best way to support our clients going from where they are now with the pain points and challenges that they have along to getting to their desired state of what they want life to be like. So the foundation of the course is really the same. It was the weekly group coaching on Zoom. It was a teaching video on the digital course platform. It was exercises on the digital course platform. It was exercises on the digital course platform, but we were able to add in bonuses that provided more support. We have a weekly email with an uplifting video that goes out weekly. There is additional PDF content that was an ebook that just provided more context and more support. This was a bonus that we were able to offer on the sales page in our promotional emails. And lastly, she offered a one-on-one coaching session that was a bonus that provided more reasons for people to buy into the group coaching program, and it gave them more support if they felt like they were falling behind or if they had a special issue. She was able to coach on that in a one-on-one coaching session. So I gave you a lot of different ways of putting together a group program, and then I broke it down into hopefully what you can see is a very simple way of stepping through and a very simple way of getting started. You can get started with just Zoom and email. Do not let yourself believe that technology is a barrier. There are ways that you can make it more fancy and more attractive, but getting started, you just need to get started. That's it for today. If you need help picking the right format for your group coaching program, set up a mini session on my website, bjbutler.com, and I'll see you next week.